Hello everyone, Andy Schwab here with your Northern Ag TV. Well, last week during the Nile, an international group of horsemen were in attendance for this horse events there. It was part of a trade mission that the American Quarter Horse Association, the American Paint Horse Association, and the Montana Department of Agriculture put together. Now that group not only took in those Nile events, but they had several stops across Montana to tour different horse operations. Danny Jones with Montana Department of Agriculture partnered with MDA Marketing Officer Weston Merrill for that trip and told me the inbound mission was to help the international visitors deepen their bloodlines in their equine herds.
I mean, growing up, we were very foundation bred, and then talking to everyone here, they know 5 lines back and more back, and you know, the lines that they have in their areas is, you know, 1 or 2 off, so they're trying to get more bloodlines, different bloodlines to keep their stuff going.
Now those visitors included horsemen and women from Israel, Norway, Spain, Poland, and Germany. Speaking to Rudy Sadamud of Israel, well, she told me the new bloodlines are desperately needed to help curb any of the diseases of that growing industry.
I hope the agricultural department continues doing what they're doing. We're bringing frozen semen into Israel. By the end of the year, we're going to be introducing new bloodlines because there's too many genetic diseases, and in Israel we don't have enough horses that are breeding mares, and when you use, you know, too much of a good thing is never a good thing. So we're introducing new bloodlines.
Also giving me a word on camera was Felix Raja of Madrid, Spain, who told me that the trip was a dream come true for him and all those others on the trip, as he's hoping to take back some of the parts of the Western lifestyle to Spain.
We are a little bit close. We need to know more things about the Western world, different competitions, different classes. So we are learning a lot about that, so we can offer more things in Spain to our little Western world in Spain.
Now stops on that trip also included a ranch visit in Joliet, Miles City, Billings, Glendive, Circle, Havre, and even Big Sandy. Well, the National Cattlemen's Beef Association slammed the recent dietary guideline regulation suggestions. The NCBA's Vice President of Government Affairs, Ethan Lane, said after 22 months of public discussion and lip service to transparency, they are disappointed by the number of chaotic new directions proposed at the literal last minute. The report recommends the USDA and the Department of Health and Human Services change their dietary guidelines for the next 5 years to reduce the intake of meat, poultry, and eggs while increasing the consumption of beans, peas, and lentils to compensate for that shortfall in the animal proteins. The Montana Stock Growers Association and other ag groups are also opposed to the federal guidelines, which are available to view on our website, northernag.net. And lastly, the Montana Historical Society recently welcomed a Centennial farm and ranch to their registry. Lunds Angus Ranch in Webo County, that is, was inducted to the registry after brothers Charles and Melvin merged their operations together in 1914. Today, Melvin Lund's great-grandsons, Rob and Steve, with their respective spouses, operate Lunds Angus Ranch. In addition, Steve's 2 sons, Cooper and Angus, with his wife Breeley and daughter Emery, are also living on and involved in operating that ranch. Now, that original farms established by Charles and Melvin are now part of approximately 10,000 acres owned by Ethel, Rob, and Steve. Congratulations to those guys, and we'll take a quick 30-second break and come back to look at some of your ag markets.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
The latest cattle on feed report is set to be released after the markets close today. It could very well mean cattle trade will be lethargic throughout the trading session as traders wait to see if the pre-report expectations are correct, with the many expecting steady on-feed numbers and lower placement figures. In addition, marketed cattle are expected to be bullish or bearish surprises, with expectations running anywhere from 2% below last year's level, while some say they could be up to 3.5% higher than last year's numbers. Despite the uncertainty, packers went ahead and pushed the complex $2 to $4 higher on the negotiated sales ahead of that report. Shifting gears to the local cash-in-hand deals, Torrington Livestock and other sale barns across the region saw some uneven support this week, with heavy four-weights drawing the best demand. Heifers continue to hold about a 20 to 30 cent discount behind their steer mates, that is. Now for the sheep prices of Sioux Falls, well, they saw their prices steady on the finished lambs, while the Coal U prices, they increased on the top side by a nickel. And wrap it up with the grain trade. It's been a narrow sideways trading pattern mostly throughout this week, as KC winter wheat futures have only fluctuated by 14 cents. Just decent wheat sales, of course, have helped keep those calm waters. And the corn trade, on those weekly sales, it was actually the highest weekly sales in 3 years and pushing past a whopping 142 million bushels. Well, that's going to do it for our Ag News here on Northern Ag TV. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a great rest of your day.